Alex, let me show you this Dan Bongino clip, which speaks for itself.
Off the record, said, wow, these guys are in a lot of trouble. On the record, everyone from the president to Todd to Pam to everyone else says the exact opposite. So your story, not you, but the story's what? Knives are, where are the knives? Who's holding the knives? The knives are out. If the White House was unhappy and President Trump was unhappy, you and I have known the president a long time. You really believe the president's not just going to call and just to be clear, I don't mean to get personal, but you know the president like I do. Do you think he's the type to not call you? So I'm a little skeptical of garbage reporting about unnamed sources who may not like what I just told you, who are saying, oh my gosh, the knives are out, when everybody on the record is saying, what are you talking about? Everything's going great.
Everything's going great. Let me just say, I do remember a copious amount of reporting that Donald Trump wanted John Kelly to fire Ivanka and Jared. Like, Donald Trump doesn't actually like firing anybody. That was the TV show.
Ironically, he's conflict averse when it comes to the people like 5 feet in front of him. You know how the right wing loves talking about people getting triggered and libs are snowflakes? It's like the most triggered people are the people in Donald Trump's administration. And you saw it even with Kash Patel at the Senate hearing today. All you have to do is suggest that the boss doesn't like you, that you're not long for this position, as Senator Cory Booker said, or Megyn Kelly needs to bring up some Fox News reporting that, hey, the boss might like you, might not like you, you might be on their way out. And these guys lose their minds. And it is such a tell, because it's indicative of the fact that that's the only thing they care about.
That's the more important
in the job and
point.
having the access.
Yeah.
You could accuse them of the worst things in the world, and you'll get kind of a dyspeptic response, but then you say, yeah, but Trump doesn't like you, and the world is ending. I mean, you saw with both Patel and Bongino today, Trump has appointed someone a co-director over there at the FBI.
They like job share.
It's just like appoint 6 people until, a couple of them are fired. They know they're on thin ice, right? This hearing today was all an attempt on Patel's part to, kiss the boss's ring through the TV. And Bongino was clearly talking to Trump as well, too. It's the thing that animates their lives, is staying close to Trump and staying close to power.
And what Bongino's been reported to have done that angered Susie Wiles, at least, was to not be happy with Pam Bondi's handling of the Epstein files, which is the other big headline that Kash Patel made today.
Absolutely. But I wanted to go back to something in our last segment, just because I just think it's so important for people to focus on who these people are. If the reporting is accurate, and there's zero reason to think that it's not, Walt was fired over the objection of senior career FBI agents saying, can you just put this off because his wife is dying? Can you just wait? And the answer was no. And I think that just tells you every single thing about who is in that position. I mean, the level of cruelty on that alone is mind-blowing. And then pair that with the performance that we just saw and the performance of Kash Patel, and I keep on relating it to my experience. Nobody, when you're at the Bureau, I assume most people are not sitting there waking up in the morning going, I can't wait to testify before the Senate or the House. It's not fun. That is part of the job. It is part of your job to have oversight. And Congress is entitled to that, and they're entitled to answers, and they're entitled to respect. Nothing about what we saw fits that bill. That it's the public's entitled to that. It is, to me, that was the most shocking part of this, was the entire tenor showed a complete lack of understanding what your job is and what the role is. And it is, I think, reflective of the entire executive branch at the political level, which is that we are not beholden to any other branch. And you see it played out. No one likes it, but that's how you are supposed to behave, and is what the public and elected officials are entitled to. And to me, you compare those two, not understanding your oath of office and complete cruelty in how you treat people.
I mean, I think there's a third piece, and I want to ask you about this. There's sort of a thing in pop psychology that a dysfunctional family will orient itself around the most toxic person. I mean, the thing about the Republican-led Congress is that it's oriented itself around the craziest actor, who's Trump. I mean, it takes two to have that relationship.